name is Samantha Phillips, and I'm the Director of Emergency Management. I would like to thank Mayor Michael Nutter for hosting today's kickoff event for National Preparedness Month here at City Hall. In addition to the Mayor, we also have with us Richard Negrin, Deputy Mayor for Administration and Managing Director, Michael Resnick, Director of Public Safety, Derrick Sawyer, Philadelphia Fire Department Commissioner, Thomas Wright, Deputy Commissioner for Special Investigations and Homeland Security for the Philadelphia Police Department. Each year when we plan for National Preparedness Month, we reflect upon the incidents that have happened during the past year. Whether it be incidents that have occurred nationally, such as the recent 6.0 magnitude earthquake in California's Napa Valley, or the incidents that have happened locally, such as last winter's numerous snowstorms and ice storms. Unfortunately, it is a basic fact of life. Emergencies can and do happen, and all of us need to take steps to be prepared. The Office of Emergency Management is routinely evaluating how we plan for, respond to, and recover from emergencies. Many agencies, such as the police and fire departments, licenses and inspections, streets department, Philadelphia Gas Works, PICO, American Red Cross, Salvation Army, Red Paw, and Second Alarmers, to name a few, respond together during incidents. Others staff the city's Emergency Operations Center when it is activated for incidents such as hurricanes and snow emergencies. These agencies also train and exercise together. This past summer, we had the opportunity to work more closely with some newer partners, such as the city's Department of Public Property, the Office of Human Resources, and risk management in the event of an emergency at one of the city's high-rise office buildings. During the past several years, the Office of Emergency Management has conducted more than 200 personal and family preparedness workshops, 21 workshops for businesses, participated in Girl Scout and Boy Scout days, and have offered several conferences for personal care homes in the region. Several of the workshops have focused on senior citizens, collaborated with the Associate Services for the Blind, the Deaf and Hard of Hearing, patients with spinal cord injuries, individuals requiring dialysis treatment, and for the parents, care providers, and staff for children with disabilities. We are all working together to make sure all Philadelphians are prepared, but there is more that we can do to ensure we have the most prepared city. Personal and family preparedness planning must begin at home. It is important for all families to have emergency plans in place to be self-sufficient until help arrives or until you can get to a safe place. During times of large-scale emergencies, response staff and resources can quickly be stretched to their limits, and it is essential that employees who work for the city and have family emergency plans in place. Many of you provide critical services to those impacted by emergencies. Other employees work tirelessly behind the scenes supporting the agencies who are involved in the response. The employees of the City of Philadelphia are essential to ensuring that we are able to respond and recover. Collectively, we become and are resilient. However, if your family is impacted by an emergency, how comfortable will you be leaving them to come to work? Your family is your first priority. Having a good emergency plan in place and keeping a stock of emergency supplies on hand will provide you some comfort knowing that your family can ride out an incident. To help you learn how to prepare for emergencies, Mayor Michael Nutter has a special announcement. Mayor?
Sam, thank you, and good morning, everyone. Sam, thank you for the introduction and certainly laying out the case. Samantha Phillips is our Director of the Office of Emergency Management, and she and her team help to prepare our city on a regular basis to cope with emergencies and, of course, successfully lead us through hundreds of events and other activities that take place in the city throughout the course of the year. Sam has laid out all the folks highlighted all the folks who are here with us, although I'm going to take a moment to recognize Gentry from the Philadelphia Fire Department and Wally from where? The Shelter in Place Turtle, Wally. It's just amazing what what you learn here at these events. Can we please give it up for Gentry and Wally? Today is, of course, our kickoff, as I believe is taking place all across the United States, National Preparedness Day, and, of course, kicking off National Preparedness Month in Philadelphia. This part of our effort is vital to increasing the city's response, and not only the city government, but all of our citizens, 1.5 million and growing, making sure that they're ready for any emergency and the ability to recover. As Director Phillips mentioned, the city's Office of Emergency Management knows the importance of taking their show on the road to help our city and our residents, and pulling together this Philadelphia team and how to prepare for emergencies, not just on a nice sunny September day like today, but any day throughout the course of the year. Despite these efforts and similar undertakings in cities all across America, according to a national survey recently conducted by FEMA, many families have not taken the necessary steps to prepare for some common scenarios. Only half of the people who took the survey reported that they have supplies available in their home in case of an emergency. Only 39% reported that they have a family emergency plan in place and that they have discussed these plans with their family members. The survey also revealed that many vulnerable populations have greater barriers to getting prepared due to insufficient time, lack of money, or access to the necessary or needed information. However, the survey also found that people who are urged by their employers to plan or who participate in a preparedness training program are much more likely to have supplies at their home. They've also conducted a drill in their home and developed a household emergency plan and discussed it with their family members. And that's why I'm announcing today that during the month of September, the Office of Emergency Management staff has offered to work more closely with the backbone of city government, our employees. This month, they'll be conducting 20 family emergency planning workshops in City Hall at 1 Parkway, 1515 Arch, and the Municipal Services Building, MSB, across the street, where, of course, many of our public employees work in those buildings. In addition, LEM will conduct presentations at 8 training sessions offered by the city's Risk Management Office with our floor captains in those buildings. During these workshops, our employees will learn how to do many things. Here are just a few. Develop a family emergency plan, stay informed when an emergency occurs, and determine what items they will need for their family kits for emergency supplies. Being prepared for disasters is especially important in today's ever-changing environment. And it's even more imperative for our city employees, our first responders, and those who provide critical services to get our city up and running again after or during and after an emergency, and again, working with our families to ensure that they have a plan to be in place and safe. Your ability to respond smartly to a disaster is directly related to your preparedness prior to that disaster. Planning now before an emergency strikes will lessen the impact of any emergency on you or your family. And so at this time, I want to ask Sam to come back up and join me. It's under here. As I read the official proclamation for National Preparedness Month in Philadelphia. It is huge. This is a proclamation from the City of Philadelphia. September is National Preparedness Month, a time set aside annually to encourage Americans to take necessary steps to prepare for any kind of emergency in their homes, businesses, or communities. Whether threatened by a hurricane, major snowstorm, a fire, or cyber attack, all families need disaster plans. The employees of the City of Philadelphia are among our most valuable resources that we can call on every day, and even more so during a crisis. With specialized skills and expertise, city employees provide crucial services, especially to those who are most affected during emergencies. However, emergencies can, of course, impact our city employees as well. And the first priority is to ensure the safety of all of our families. This can present difficult choices between fulfilling personal obligations and executing work responsibilities. And as with any responsible employer, city employees must feel confident that their families and households are safe first so that they will feel secure in coming to work to help their fellow citizens. This September, we urge all employees who work for the City of Philadelphia to get ready for emergencies by developing household emergency plans, preparing emergency supply kits for their families, and by signing up for emergency alerts from Ready Notify PA. We also encourage city employees to attend a personal and family preparedness workshop offered by the city's Office of Emergency Management. By being prepared for emergencies, you're better able to recover faster and can help others who are also affected, demonstrating community unity and spirit in the face of adversity. Therefore, I, Michael A. Nutter, Mayor of the City of Philadelphia, do hereby proclaim Tuesday, September 2nd, 2014, to be National Preparedness Day in Philadelphia, and encourage all city employees and all Philadelphians to develop their own family emergency plans and work together toward creating a more prepared city. Signed by me as the Mayor of Philadelphia, this is an official document of our great city. And Sam, thank you very, very much. And I'm going to turn the program back over to her. But my last comment will be, we have many, many supporters and volunteers and organizations out here represented at the many tables. And for those of you who don't know these folks, please get to know them, go over to those tables, get the information that they have. And also on behalf of the city, I want to thank all of you for the great work that you do each and every day, not only in Philadelphia, but certainly here in our region and for some of the organizations all across the United States of America. You're making a difference. You help people to be safe. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Nutter. At this time, we would like to recognize a few city employees for signing up so quickly to participate in our emergency workshops. If you are here today, please come up to the riser. Yvonne Houston from the Office of Supportive Housing, Almitra Sutton-Bay, also from the Office of Supportive Housing, and Darshna Patel from City Planning and the Office of Innovation and Technology. We couldn't help but notice that as soon as we posted our flyers and sent emails promoting the Family Emergency Preparedness Workshop, these women were the first city employees who signed up. We applaud you for wanting to attend these workshops and hope that you will find them beneficial. For each of you, we have a few emergency supplies: a flashlight siren radio combo, a lanyard for an extra set of keys for your kit, a family emergency plan template, a whistle, and some other helpful items to start you on your way. You guys all get there. We go.
What was that? What is a flashlight?
It's a flashlight siren with light, combo deal.
All right, I gotta get one of those. Thank you very much.
We hope that you will help spread the word to other employees, family members, and friends about the need to get ready for emergencies. But even more important, we want to hear from you when you've completed your tasks and put together your family emergency plan, put together some supplies in an emergency kit, and signed up for emergency alerts. So yes, take a selfie showing with your family, showing the work that you've completed, and post it to Twitter or Facebook using the hashtag ReadyPhila to let everyone know that you are ready for emergencies. And now it's my pleasure to introduce newly commissioned Fire Commissioner Derrick Sawyer, who has some life-saving information.
Thanks, Sam. How is everybody? All right? The first thing I want to do is remind everybody again, fire is everyone's fight. We need everyone to participate in this challenge to make sure we reduce the number of fire fatalities. And what better time than Preparedness Month to talk about how to be fire safe and what to do in case you do have a fire. This year alone, we've already had more than 3,000 fires, and we've lost 22 of our citizens to fire. So what we want to do is make sure that if you have a fire, what do you need to do in order to get out? And the best thing to do is to have a home escape plan. And by having a home escape plan, it allows you to not only be safe, but to be smart. And what do we mean by being smart? Smoke alarms. You should have a smoke alarm on every level. When you make your plan, have a place to meet outside. And be accountable. Make sure you have everyone out and know where they're at. Be accountable for everyone in your home. And then resist going back in. It's not worth it going back in to get belongings. And once you get out, stay out. And then, last but not least, have 2 ways out. If we do all those things, we can ensure that Philadelphia is a fire-safe city. And you can get more information by visiting our website, which is www.freedomfromfire.com, and make sure you download our fire safety app that has all the safety tips, all the preparedness tips in one location. And the best thing of all is that it's free. Thanks for coming out.
Thank you, Commissioner Sawyer. Before we conclude the program, there are a few people I want to thank who couldn't be here with us today. Bridget Collins-Greenwald, Al DiTilio, and Barry Scott have been just tremendous support throughout the summer and in preparing for National Preparedness Month. I'd also like to recognize the staff from the Office of Emergency Management who will be presenting at all of these workshops and have put together an event like this. I particularly want to recognize Kelly McNamara, who is our newest member to the team and has worked to really just own National Preparedness Month for OEM. I also want to acknowledge Joan Shibalovich, who's the Deputy Director for External Affairs. You'll see them out here today. But thank you very much for all of your work, and to the other OEM employees I see out in the audience today. This concludes our ceremony. We invite everyone to take a moment to stop by the tables and meet Philadelphia's first responders and all of the first responders from our many partner agencies. In addition to OEM, FEMA Region 3 is here, the Salvation Army, Disaster Relief Services, the American Red Cross, Red Paw, Second Alarmers, Fire Prevention, and Philadelphia Police Homeland Security. Thank you, and happy National Preparedness Month.